2024 pre-combine wide receiver 1.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and just kind of explode some brains everywhere with Marvin Harrison Jr., the one big old number 1 wide receiver 1. If you guys didn't already know, I know there's a lot of dissension among those that have been watching wide receivers for a long time. Like they don't want to put Marvin Harrison Jr. at 1. They're trying to find little things to nitpick. Oh, he doesn't create enough separation. He's not always catching the ball in those tight windows. And just to let you guys know that windows are created by the throw as much as they are by the wide receiver. That is a factual thing. And I understand that CJ Stroud did that as well last year, and Marvin Harrison Jr. was catching tight window throws. Well, there are some players that are just naturally good at that, and Marvin Harrison Jr. is one of those players. But the comp that I have for him is Davante Adams. This guy moves. It's like I'm watching Davante Adams when I watch Marvin Harrison Jr. He moves so quickly, so smoothly, just in those short to intermediate parts, and he is going to find out very quickly how to get open deep down the field, because that was also where Davante Adams grew with the right quarterback. Landing spot will determine this a little bit, but he's just this guy that always seems to know either how to get open, flashing late hands if there is close separate or there is close coverage there, or just that last second separation, the little to put your foot in the dirt and then get that extra inch of separation, the physical nature, the subtleties. I know John currently is motioning the push off. Yes.
little forearm shimmy.
Got to be artistic. You have to be able to create separation on your own. That last second separation, as long as you're not extending all the way. I mean, look at T. Higgins. Look at Jamar Chase. These guys have figured out the art to doing that. And I got no problems doing it. As long as you don't extend, you're good. So it's really hard to poke holes in his game. He's not the fastest guy in the world. Oh, no. He's probably going to run somewhere around 4.5, maybe high 4.4s if he's been training, which he's been doing, I would imagine. So, but it's not there on tape. Like, he's not the go get it guy that we'll say some of the other speedsters in this class are, because we won't just give away some of our things. But I mean, I'm tired of seeing all the nonsense where people are just exhausted with the Marvin Harrison Jr. discourse. So it's pretty simple, easy for me. Marvin Harrison Jr. is the number 1 wide receiver in this class. He's going to enter the NFL as one of the most refined receivers, in my opinion.
Yeah, I completely agree. There's probably going to be some places in this list where we differ. This is not one of them. It's Marvin Harrison Jr. at my number 1 wide receiver in 2024, and he should be just straight up for everybody. He is polished. He is nuanced. Listed at 6'4", 205. He's got kind of that wiry, strong build with a big wingspan, great body control on the boundary, great after the catch. He plays physical. His route running is just, it's beautiful. The Davante Adams, I mean, you're comparing him to one of the best route runners, if not the best route runner in the NFL over the last 20 years. And I understand it. Coming out of college, he's one of the best route runners that we've seen. You can put him up there with some of the top route runners that have come out, like an Amari Cooper when Amari Cooper was coming out of Alabama. It's up there in the level of polish and professionalism that he displays as a route runner. Combine that with the 6'4" and the massive wingspan and the big hands and the body control. God, I don't know how anyone has anyone other than him at 1. Sure, you might want to go with someone that's maybe just a touch more explosive, but in terms of just being a pure football player and a really damn good one, it's Marvin Harrison Jr., who I think is basically a lock to be a top 5 draft pick in 2024. I think the odds on right now is that he's the 4th overall pick, the first non-quarterback to go is what it looks like. And that might be Arizona. So maybe you've got a Kyler Murray combo here with Marvin Harrison Jr.
I would love that.
Oh, it'd be spicy, man, because we saw what Kyler can do, bombing it downfield and just throwing it up there to when he had DeAndre Hopkins. Well, guess what? You've got another sideline savant here in Marvin Harrison Jr., and they could have a lot of fun real early.
Yeah, one of the things that I was talking to the people down at Senior Bowl, and I have got a little ear full of what Quinyon Mitchell thought about Marvin Harrison Jr. when they matched up, and he's like, he's so physical. Yeah. It's it's to the point where he's not just a physical runner. He is physical at every point of contact, whether it's blocking, high effort blocker, and a good technical blocker as well. He can do all of those things. But he was talking about how through the route, it was so hard to stay with him because he's just physically imposing for a guy who's, like you said, wiry. So all of that on top of the short area usage, the footwork, the manipulation tactics that he has, and his hands through contact, high pointing, the late flash is so important, especially nowadays. If you're not going to be the most, like, if you're not going to have create the most separation, but you still stack those corners, late flashing hands is 100%. You're making those throws like a 75-25% for you. So getting that little bit of inside, information on Marvin Harrison Jr. from Quinn Mitchell was a lot of fun because he's going to be one of the top corners drafted in this class, and he got to see one-on-one. So that was just a nice little nugget of information I thought I'd share with you guys.
I heard something similar, that Quignon basically tried to body him up early and then went, oh, no, that's not going to work.
That's
so
not
he
happening.
stopped doing it. Yeah, he just stopped. He's like, nope, not getting physical with him on the line because I'm going to get toasted every time.
Yeah.
So Marvin Harrison Jr., elite wide receiver prospect. I know prospect fatigue can kind of set in. The next couple months are going to try people a little bit. Maybe you start getting a little too cute. Don't get too cute on this one. Marvin Harrison Jr. is the truth.